Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to MSNBC. My name is Corvus, and MSNBC stands for My Snarky News Broadcasting Channel. The tagline is all of news, none of pants. I do not know why. I am wearing pants, and I believe that my two co-hosts are also wearing pants.
Technically, if you count the, I think these are the Instagram leggings that I'm wearing right now.
If you squint real hard, you can say that I'm wearing pants.
Well, I have been joined by two very beautiful women tonight. One of them is from Rendition, as well as Cringe Collective, and a Twitter feed that you are not allowed, that I was not allowed to open while I was at work.
No, you're not allowed to do that at work.
That's a bad idea.
So her name is Wren. Hello, Wren.
Hello.
And we have also been joined by a very beautiful woman named Ishtar who has her own Twitch streams where she also decides to do things here on this channel as well.
Hello. I am using a photo ray because I didn't want to put my makeup on today.
So you are permanently frozen in snarky look.
Yes.
I prefer the term sassy. I was
Yes.
feeling sassy in that picture.
Yes.
I see.
Maybe a little smirky.
How has your week been today?
Pretty good. Today was actually a day off for me, so I got to relax.
My day was busy, and last night was fun because Matt and I went to go see a concert.
You went to concert?
Yes.
What did you
When-
see?
We went to go see Lindsay Sterling.
Who is Lindsay Sterling?
She is known as the dancing violinist. She does just that. She plays the violin and she dances at the same time. It's very creative and very good music, and the concert was amazing.
Also, there are 10 people watching and only 3 likes.
Oh my god. There, I've added my like.
Well, speaking of people, we should probably say hello to those who are here. They are here to see us, or listen to us, or stare at Wren and Ishtar's picture.
The combination.
At least there's something up than just my name.
I believe this is a first for this channel. I am not sure. You will have to correct me. Panina-chan actually was here first. Ray got what is he? Silver. Second place is silver, or
yes,
is it?
second place is silver.
Or is it aluminum? I do not know.
Silver.
Silver. And Yeknomeno got third, which is bronze or copper. And Ghost Dog comes in with hello everyone, is tagging the channel Ishtar and Wren with honorable mention.
Yes.
Steve is also here. He says he completely forgot about show, which is a shame because this is going to be funny show.
Yes, it will be.
Mitzi is here who just says woo. Za says not first. Clever is here. Hello, Clever. He says, I do not mean to worry anyone, but the Islamic fundamentalists that now run Afghanistan are not as progressive and inclusive as Joe Biden has told us they would be.
Raise your hand if you're shocked. I see no hands.
That's because no one is raising hand. Sparky is here. He says, hello from Copyright Strike Land. Hello, Sparky.
Sorry to
That
hear
was
what
Dick
happened.
Sparky.
Yeah.
I believe he and Matt have already talked about him coming onto Less Vox to talk about it. So, Ben C is here. Hello. He says, hi, homie. Malik is here. He says, well, let's get weird on MSNBC. Yaknomeno, hello.
I've got some good ones for you, Malik. You'll enjoy this.
Yaknomeno has says, I learned it is indeed possible to give a squirrel a heart attack. That is usually done by giving them coffee.
As long as you don't give him a cookie, you're okay.
Zio Gold says, howdy. Igor is in stream as well. He says Wren is enjoying a glass of his home-brewed red wine.
Yes.
And Dark is here. He says, I am here. I missed the intro because he was playing Apex Legends. And then Grandpa X is here. He says, hello, Grandpa X. He says, good evening, folks. I saw the title speaking about parents paying for shark porn. Sounded fishy, so figured I would stop in. What does title say? What am I hosting? Why am I hosting something about shark porn?
Because you like us?
The title is Parents Pay for Porn, comma, Sharks, comma, and an Adrenaline Junkie.
So it is
So
not
Grandpa
about...
X has turned this title into something very
different.
interesting.
Oh, so it is not about shark porn. I do not have to read about shark porn.
No, you
No,
are
you
not
don't
reading
have to
about
read.
shark porn.
Good. I do not want to read about shark porn.
Don't
That's
worry, we wouldn't make you do that. That's usually more my line of things.
Yeah,
Well,
Unless it's really
it is
cringy, in
very
which case
creepy.
it's Wren's.
Yeah. So, Ish, if you ever want to, I think these are technically called the TikTok leggings. You should get a pair. They are so comfy.
Noted.
Speaking of shark porn, Ren, you have sharks behind you.
Yes, yes, I do.
Do we need to keep them blurred?
No, I don't know why they're blurred. You can unblur them.
I don't.
They sh-
I do not want to see shark porn.
They're not shark porn. It's just sharks. I'm in an aquarium.
Bloop.
Grandpa X says, "Hey, you have to be an adrenaline junkie to handle shark porn." That is very true. So before we get too far into talking about lewd things about sharks, which I do not understand why people would do something like that. Normally I understand sharks eat things, but I don't think that's the type of eating that they're talking about. Do we want to? Who wants to go first?
Who went first last time?
I do. I am
I
not
think
sure.
you went first last time.
Yeah, so that would be Ish.
Yeah, I'll take care of it. Let's see. Where's my video? Well, let's start with this one because this one made me think of Antoine.
Where is he anyway?
We have
Somewhere.
no idea. His wife, I think she is gonna kill him. Weird conspiracy claims the internet is fake.
What? We are using
Huh?
it. We are using it right now. How can it be fake?
A growing number of people seem to believe that the real quote-unquote internet went offline several years ago. We've seen more than our fair share of out there conspiracy theories over the years, featuring ideas and concepts ranging from potentially feasible to downright absurd. This latest one, which suggests that the internet we use on a daily basis is actually a fake created by an artificial intelligence, fits firmly in the latter category. There seems to be different versions of this conspiracy doing the rounds. However, what they all have in common is the idea that the original, real internet went down several years ago.
So then, what are we using?
I have no idea.
Something?
Copies?
No.
Known as dead internet theory, the concept implies that the internet was taken down by an artificial intelligence, Antoine, and that all user-generated content you see online today has also been created by that same AI to put forward the appearance of a large number of users. Some believe that the government is secretly behind it all, with a group of highly paid influencers helping to perpetuate the illusion that the internet is still buzzing with activity. The entire thing is nonsense, however. Such a conspiracy theory provides an intriguing glimpse into how the human mind works, as well as how such bizarre ideas actually get started. Whether this particular conspiracy is likely to stick around, however, remains to be seen. I should get Barbara in here tonight.
So, what it is saying is that Antoine took down the internet a while ago, and he has been doing this all by himself to make people feel like they have friends on the internet.
Yeah.
I
Meh.
mean, if he's really that bored, who knows what he'll do?
Yeah.
It's Antoine. He has a dinosaur, for crying out loud.
He has a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Supposedly, yes. He's got a dinosaur in the backyard of wherever he and Sarah live when they're not living here.
Dark says, in Soviet bloc where I was born and raised, in the gulag where I spent most of my days. I do not know why.
Oh, that's a... that was a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
You have patriarchy in Bel-Air.
No. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a TV show.
He did a spin on it.
Yeah.
For...
I see. Hello, V Infuso. He says, hey, I know some of these people.
Hey!
And Grandpa X says the internet is flat.
I mean, you could argue that because it doesn't really have a shape.
Well, if it was flat, it would have shape.
Mm.
But we don't know if it has a shape, so it can be argued.
Are you
Yeah.
are you trying to argue like Schrodinger's internet?
No, I'm trying to argue Pop-Tart internet.
Pop-Tart internet. What is Pop-Tart internet?
It's like Tide Pod internet.
You are saying words in combinations of things that do not make sense.
You remember Tide Pod Earth theory, right?
No, I have never heard of Tide Pod Earth theory.
That.
Really? We discussed it on Qualms of the Curious.
I was not on Qualms of Curious.
Huh. I wonder who that was then. I thought you were one of the hosts.
No. See, V says internet is dummy thick. He spelled thick wrong though.
No, that's a slang description.
Yeah.
I do not understand.
Don't worry about it, Corvus.
But we're not explaining it.
No, we don't have time for this. Let's just say that usually thick is a reference to somebody who is got a bouncy booty.
Yeah.
Do we want to go on with Cringe or do we want to go to Florida Man?
Let's go with Cringe.
Let's go Cringe. All right. I am gonna go with that's after. Oh, here we go. What the heck is Grimace anyway? McDonald's manager.
He is a giant purple butt plug.
Yep.
Now, McDonald's managers answer has people shook. The manager of a McDonald's franchise in Canada has revealed the story behind Grimace, the purple pal of longtime mascot Ronald McDonald, and it's left a lot of people very confused. Brian Bates, who has worked for the chain for over 10 years, casually dropped in an interview with CBS News over the weekend. He is an enormous taste bud, but a taste bud nonetheless, Bates told the network in an unofficial explanation, adding the character was meant to show the food tastes good.
That is not true at all. That is so not true. Look, I was watching a channel, Food Theory. Have you heard of Food Theory?
I've heard of Food Theory.
He went back into history of McDonald's. This person been working for 10 years. He know not what he's talking about. Host of Food Theory goes through history, right? Grimace is actually bad guy.
Really?
He was supposed to be. He was supposed to be villain, and now suddenly he is Ronald McDonald's friend. So he was a purple monster to scare children. I honestly believe that it was just someone who decided to bring a giant butt plug and put arms on it because they were forced to finish something quickly.
That's always a good explanation. McDonald has been unusually tight-lipped about the purple creature's origins over the years. The closest it has come to providing an explanation was a few variations of this tweet, which it has sent out from time to time in response to inquisitive customers. So either milkshake or taste buds. So even McDonald's has occasionally said taste buds. Grimace, who was actually a villain early on, doesn't resemble a milkshake, but he does kind of look like he may have been inspired from images of taste buds and papillae. See? Taste buds.
I am slightly disturbed.
Twitter users were stunned by the Mick history lesson. And yes, people are stunned. He does kind of look like a taste bud.
I honestly think he was just a last minute budget bad guy.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that, but if they want to actually just go with he's a taste bud, I mean, at least they have some cover.
I agree with Reno Nizero. She says, I always wondered, and now I regret finding this out. I very much regret. And then Clifton Adcock, which is a horrible name, adds this horrible addition to what is now being found out. It says, theoretically, this means that if you were to shake Grimace's hand, he would be able to taste you.
Theoretically.
This is not good. We did not need this answer. This answer was not needed.
It's not needed, but you get it anyway.
Yep.
Yeknomeno says, proto-grape flavored milkshake that gained sentience. That is gross. You know, I have good article,
Okay.
Oh, please.
which is odd for Florida man.
Oh, wait. For Florida man, I actually have one for you.
Well, I will make a guessing game. Florida man fed up with potholes does what in the road?
Fills them with meth.
I'm gonna say he draws a dick around it.
Feel free to answer in chat as well. They are still discussing Grimace. Grandpa X says, I played with a purple taste bud toy when I was kid. Better than purple butt plug, but still. And Dark says he is a molded chicken nugget.
That's what all chicken nuggets are.
Dark says takes a shit in the road. Zeogold says plants a tree.
That would be a nicer thing to do, but I don't think he did it.
Ray says uses quality asphalt and grades them perfectly. Ghost Dog agrees with Ishtar and fills them with weed. And Yeknomeno says he filled it with Jesus.
Jeebus.
Jeebus.
Not
Jeebus.
What is Jeebus?
I have no idea.
I thought he misspelled Jesus.
Nope, Jeebus.
Jeebus was a nice guy, but the myth took its toll. Well, it is a road, so at least they're paying for it now. These are jokes. You are supposed to laugh. Grandpa X says takes a bath in pothole with his extra bath salts. And Ben C says fishes in pothole for dinner. One of you is correct.
Okay.
One of you guessed correctly. And it is Zeogold. Florida man fed up with potholes plants banana tree in road.
Okay. Hi, Herb.
Hello,
Good for him.
hello, Dr. Herb. If I ever say there is a doctor in the house, we have one. He's right there. It says doctor at beginning
Yes.
of name.
Herb, this is Corvus. He's taking over for Antoine tonight.
A Florida man fed up with repeated potholes near his place of business has planted a banana tree in one of them to warn motorists away. Fort Myers, Florida. A man fed up with a private road in poor condition near his southwest Florida business has a novel solution. Unlike a novel virus, this one is actually good for people. Plant a banana tree in a pothole to warn motorists away. Last week, Brian Raymond planted the tree in a stubborn pothole along Honda Drive just off US 41 in South Fort Myers. Raymond, who owns Progress and Pride Fitness Group, said the idea of planting a banana tree ripened in his mind after having to fill holes in the street with cement multiple times. Because Honda Drive is a private street, county officials, it's not country. This is
No,
not,
just county.
Yes. It is up to business owners to maintain street. For Raymond, banana tree is attention-grabbing repair.
That is definitely attention grabbing.
If we have to maintain it and make sure nobody gets hurt, we going to put something obvious there to make sure nobody gets in the hole.
Ray has provided us appropriate song lyrics. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Stoplight, come, and the car wanna go.
For
Hi,
some
Steve.
For some time, Raymond's security cameras have captured problems along street like hookers, drug use, police beatings, including a pothole damaging cars and floodwaters causing a trash bin to float away. Some who work along the road say anything is better than potholes. I love it. I think it's hilarious. We should have more of these, said Scott Shine, who works at a nearby business. I think it is sending a message. Yes, that you are going to have bananas in a couple years. He's seen so many cars hit a pothole on street and bottom out that it is a real concern. Charlie Lopez, who lives in nearby Cape Coral, agrees. It messes up your tire, messes up the rim, and then it basically messes up your day. For some, though, the sight of the tree brings disbelief. I pulled up and I'm like, is that really tree in middle of road? I know, I would be shocked too. It's not, it could be tree or giant weed. I mean, have you seen what happens with weeds? One crack in cement and you have weeds all over the place. Said John Hulker, who lives in Fort Myers and speaks with Wink TV. So he plants banana tree.
Yes. I think that's clever.
No, clever is in chat.
I think the solution was clever.
Oh.
It was a clever solution.
That was indeed a clever solution.
I see. Well, does that mean we go back to science?
Yes, we come back to science. Let's
Ray makes very good point. He says hookers are not problem. This is very true. They are nice to look at for most of the time. They usually wear next to nothing. And, they just want to get a ride home. Unless they are clean, then they do things in car.
Sure. Dozens develop tics from Tourette's videos. A psychiatrist in Germany became suspicious when dozens of patients turned up with identical symptoms. When several dozen people turned up at the office of Kirsten Muller-Wahl, head of the Tourette's outpatient department at Hanover Medical School, she knew something was amiss. Her patients all exhibited identical complex tics that had previously been diagnosed as Tourette's. However, despite this, she was convinced something else was going on. A discussion with a student would ultimately lead her to the answer. All of the patients had been fans of the YouTube channel Gewitter im Kopf. I'm pretty sure I did not pronounce that correctly.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. The channel documents the daily life of Jan Zimmerman, a 23-year-old German man with Tourette's who has managed to amass over 2 million subscribers. Incredibly, the patients had developed identical tics to Zimmerman after watching his videos.
Copycats.
According to Muller-Wahl, these people were suffering from a condition known as functional movement disorder, a purely psychological ailment in which, in contrast to the neurological nature of Tourette's. For some of the patients, the symptoms vanished after this was explained to them, while others improved following a course of psychotherapy. Mass sociogenic illness, otherwise known as mass hysteria, has manifested in various ways in recent years. We've covered several cases, for example, of mass hysteria in classrooms due to perceived paranormal phenomena in countries such as Ghana and Malaysia. Seeing it happen as a result of watching videos on YouTube? Well, that's certainly an intriguing twist.
Hello, Naomi.
Hi,
Hello.
Naomi. How are you?
Hi.
So, is this YouTube channel hypnotizing people?
More people think that they are subconsciously. Okay, so humans have this tendency to mimic the humans that are around them. It's part of how you build a connection with someone. It's like if you're talking with someone who has an accent, you might start to pick up the accent a little bit. It's a way of
Do
connecting
not try and pick
subconsciously.
up accent. It would not sound good for you.
Probably not, but it's a way of subconsciously connecting with the person that you're talking to in person. So this I think is kind of similar in my opinion. They're not trying to connect, but they're just mimicking it without even realizing it.
So, yeah.
And they get stuck on loop, you might say.
Maybe we should get this person on show and bring 2 million subscribers.
I mean,
Hmm?
that's a possibility if we can get a hold of him.
Do either of you speak German?
No.
No.
That might be a problem.
Do you speak German?
No.
That's going to be a problem.
That's gonna be a problem.
Maybe he speak English.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I do not need to pick up Irish accent. No one needs to pick up Irish accent. No one understands
I
the word
like
they.
Irish accent.
No one understands what they say.
That is not true.
Depends on the Irish brogue
Yeah. And
and
well
how
they
much they've been
enunciate.
drinking.
That too.
They are Irish. When have they stopped drinking?
To be fair, there are some Irish people who don't drink. They are an oddity, but they exist.
Wren, you cannot tell me unicorns do not. You cannot tell me unicorns exist. I know for a fact they do not. They are just horses that people have shoved horns onto foreheads.
No, have you ever seen the show World's Strictest Parents?
No.
There's an episode where they send some kids to Ireland. It's from Australia, or it's the Australian version of the show, and they found an Irish family that does not drink.
What?
Yeah.
Isn't that illegal?
Apparently not, but they exist.
Okay.
See, I agree with Ray. He says yes, Irish who do not drink exist in the coma ward.
Vess' husband says you can't drink if you're sleeping. So okay, that's accurate.
It still means that you have, alcohol flowing through you. They don't look. The Irish do not actually sleep. They just pass out and wake up and then continue on with their day.
All right. So is it my turn?
Duh.
Yes.
Okay.
Please, no more grimace. I do not want to shake hands with Tastebot.
Well, considering you mentioned McDonald's, Wisconsin cow spotted going through McDonald's drive-thru.
Are you on food? Ren, are you hungry?
Yes, I am, but that's besides the point. In Marshfield, Wisconsin, spotted in a car at a McDonald's drive-thru in Wisconsin a cow.
Wait. In car.
In the car.
Was it driving?
No.
So how
That
did
would've
they
been-
get through drive-through?
Jessica Nelson of Moisine pulled into the drive-thru at McDonald's in Marshfield on Thursday, and she said she looked up to see a cow in the back seat of a Buick Hunt sedan, 3 cars ahead of her.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, I thought it was fake at first. Who puts
Well,
a
I
cow
think
in
she's
a
fake.
Buick? No, there's video.
No, she's a fake person. I believe the cow is real.
Oh yeah. But she just make a good point. Who puts a cow in a Buick?
Well, Dark says it was a Chick-fil-A cow.
Maybe. And then its whole head moved. She quickly picked up her phone and shot a video of the bovine. Quote, I just took the video of it because I was blown away. There was a cow in the back of a Buick. And yes, there's a video that should be seen. She posted the video on her Facebook page with the caption, a whole freaking cow. Tell me you live in Wisconsin without telling me you live in Wisconsin. She also
That's fair.
She also pasted a message of the video itself that read, it's the whole bleeping cow in the back of that car. By Friday afternoon, the video had gotten 112,000 views. Nelson said that the family of the cow's owner saw the post and contacted her. They said the cow was actually a calf. She said the owner had just purchased it and 2 other calves, which were in the back seat as well, but lying down out of sight at an auction. So bought the cows, put them in the back of a Buick, went to McDonald's.
I mean, okay. You know.
Hello, John. I was going to read what
Hi,
he said.
John.
He says, my mom put a cow in a Buick. She once gave my ex a lift.
Ouch.
And Damn Alien is here as well. Hello, Damn Alien.
Hello.
It doesn't fit in the Miata.
No, I do not think it would fit in Miata. Why? But, okay, so why would you bring cow, though? Why?
She bought the cows, and clearly she was just hungry, so she went to McDonald's.
As you do.
As you do.
But hold on. The cow is in the back seat.
Yeah.
You are going to a burger joint.
Uh-huh.
Do you not see problem with this?
The cow doesn't have to know.
She is showing the cow what is going to become of him. That is not. You do not look. If you're going to kill something, you just kill it. You do not need to torture it by showing it by itself.
Damn Alien makes a good point. What if they're meant to be dairy cows, but she took them through McDonald's drive-thru to teach them what happens if they mouth off too much?
That's a good question.
Well, then
Exactly, Ray. Behave, or you end up food here. It's like your parents always saying that they can make another one just like you.
That is not true. There is only one you.
Yes, but your parents still say that. I heard it 5 million times. Be quiet. We can make another one that looks just like you.
I would like to point out that my sister appears to be attempting to challenge this because she is she has 3 kids, 3 boys, and they all look like freaking carbon copies of each other.
So she can pull that line.
She literally one day posted a picture of her oldest and her middle son at the same age and said which one's which, and everyone kept getting it wrong.
So she could pull that line with her kids going, be quiet or I'll just make another one just like you?
Yes.
Ghost Dog says the cow was going to see going to a family reunion.
No.
Well, depending on how many of the family were in the burger, it could have been, a big family reunion. All right. The cow wants 2 number 5s, 12 number 8s, 16 number 1s. It's because of 3. Cows do not have 3 stomachs, they have 4.
Really?
Yes. They have 4 stomachs. It's gross.
And Ishtar, apparently the chat saying you can call your nephews Thing 1, Thing 2, and Joe.
So, real quick. How do you normally tell someone is driving under the influence?
Swerving.
Yeah.
Swerving, speeding up, slowing down, doing stupid things.
Pulling into a Taco Bell drive-thru.
No,
Hey, I like Taco Bell.
Your plumbing does not.
My plumbing does just fine.
Would you be able to tell if someone is driving under the influence if they are parked?
No.
Are you sure?
Unless they're falling out or they've put their car in an odd position. Yeah.
Yeah, the parked might be one of those ways you could yeah.
Well, this Florida man's very unusual parking job leads to a DUI arrest. I'm going to show picture because it is very interesting parking job. Police in Clearwater, Florida arrested a driver on DUI charges this week after they spotted his SUV hanging halfway off a seawall. It is one way to tell that you are drunk.
A little bit. That might be a good indication. Yeah.
Officers are conducting a drunk driving investigation this afternoon after the driver of this vehicle found a very unusual parking spot behind Pier House 60 on Coronado Drive. Clearwater police wrote on Facebook about the Monday incident. The Lexus RX perched over Clearwater Bay at the far end of a sandy expanse adjacent to, but not in the direct line of paved parking lot. The 38-year-old driver was charged with driving under influence, according to the Miami Herald, and released on his own recognizance. No injuries were reported. It's very short article, but that is one way to tell you are drunk, just by parking. When you try to make your car go halfway into water.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, my turn now.
Da.
Okay, that's no. Okay, this one has a built-in pun to the title. This is the author, not me. Sound of music. Swiss cows airlifted off mountain pastures ahead of annual parade.
Boo. Boo.
Blame Sky News. They wrote that.
Well, in this case, it would be moo. Moo. I can make bad joke too.
I'm just enjoying you mooing.
Ishtar, you cannot just go out and talk about the weird kinks you have like that. It makes people very uncomfortable in chat because now Mitzi is going to have to sit on towel.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I enjoy you mooing.
Cows
You need to see
about that.
You need to see somebody.
Yeah, maybe we need to be punished later.
Corby, can we talk about that later?
I am not mooing for you later.
Damn.
Cows in Switzerland have been airlifted to the bottom of the Alpine meadow in a bizarre spectacle. Around 10 of the animals were taken by helicopter off the ridge and this is hard to say. Clausen Pass, that's actually not that hard to say, region in the center of the country. Using a mesh harness, the creatures were suspended by the length of a cable below the chopper as they took to the skies. Waiting farmers used guide ropes to help bring the cows to land safely before moving them to more conventional trailers. Meanwhile, the more fit and able livestock made their way down the mountainside by hoof. Farmer Jonas Arnold said one reason for the helicopter transport is you can't reach some pastures by car, and the other is that some cows are injured, so they don't have to walk down all the way down. He added, "If I didn't ask a cow how it felt about such a flight, as it couldn't answer, but it's only a short distance and it has to keep going." It was only a short, calm flight. It didn't say difference between the ones that flew and the ones that walked normally. In total, the herd numbers around 1,000 or so only 1% were given some help getting down. They are heading to Underboden in Switzerland and are gearing up for the annual cow parade there.
They have a cow parade.
There's cow parade.
It's Switzerland. Of course, there's a cow parade.
So Grandpa X says instead of holding, move over Mary Poppins, Switzerland's cows fly.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of holding signs that say eat more chicken, they hold signs that say I'm Mary Poppins. And then he makes very good point. Look, if your cows need airlifted to graze, it might be time to buy something in Valley.
Yeah.
But Switzerland is really well known for its really good milk chocolate. So maybe there's something to them letting the cows graze in different spots.
Well, I kind of agree with them, Alien. It doesn't matter where they're going, just don't walk underneath them.
Yeah.
All right. It is almost time for a break.
It is.
But I believe I could get one more in.
Are you done hunting ghosts, Mitzi?
So, what would be things that would get you arrested on Twitter?
Public nudity. Oh wait, on Twitter. Hold
But-
on. That's not the right one. Saying anything contrary to what the left says.
Would get you arrested?
On Twitter?
Ah,
Going to Twitter jail?
no, I am talking.
Anything?
I am talking about actual arrest.
Oh,
Oh, saying
You-
something on Twitter that leads to your arrest.
you blinked and breathed near someone.
You said something rude?
You people do not have faith in people on Twitter.
Have you been on Twitter? It's a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
I have not. I heard it is social media app. I stay away.
It's a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you steal money on Twitter?
There are ways of conning people into giving money.
But I do not understand. You have to give them money somehow, so it is not on Twitter. Okay, so Grandpa X his tweeting about the bank teller that you handed the hold-up note to. Yeah, I could see how that would get you arrested.
Maybe.
Well, how about threatening the happiest place on earth?
Oops. Don't do that. Mickey Mouse police are brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Florida man arrested for threatening Disney on Twitter.
Yeah, that'll get you arrested.
Pinellas County, Florida. A Florida man was arrested for making threats against Disney on Twitter. The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office said 31-year-old Stephen Jordan was arrested for threatening to throw, place, or discharge a destructive device. That is very fancy way of saying he planned on blowing up Orlando, Florida's Disney World. Detectives assigned to the Threat Management Section were notified by the Central Florida Intelligence Exchange of threats made on Twitter. Jordan created a Twitter account on August 8th and made a total of 186 tweets within a 3-hour period. He is very determined. I would say that there are people on Twitter now that do that, but all they do is reply with stupid GIFs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
PCSO detectives said 2 of these tweets were directed at Walt Disney World and said, at Disney, or we will blow up all of your execs' houses with C4. I am just reading tweet for whoever is listening. I did not say I was going to do this. It is
No, you were
reading
reading.
tweet.
No,
You're
no, no.
reading
This is why
someone
you say,
else's words.
dude. This is why you say quotes,
Well,
because then you add in quote. She's quote blah, and put it really close next to each other. Then it can't be clipped out.
Yeah.
and, quote, at Disney, I will toss a hand grenade.
Corby, you cut out.
What?
You cut out.
I said,
You cut out a little bit.
and, quote, at Disney, I will toss a hand grenade through their loft window, unquote.
Good, Corby.
There were...
The way you said that was so patronizing.
I'm giving him a compliment. He did a good job of not getting himself quote mined.
I think Corvus needs to give you a spanking.
I think he does too.
I think I need a spanking too.
I don't know. Minion, will you spank me later?
Sure.
Okay, don't worry. That can be done.
There were several other tweets directed towards Activision Games about their video games, derogatory comments about their executives, and other current litigation issues. Twitter suspended Jordan's account on August 9th. He started it on August 8th and he was permanently suspended on the 9th. That is impressive.
That is impressive.
PCSO detectives worked with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement and determined Jordan was the owner of the Twitter account. Officials said Jordan admitted to investigators that he wrote the threatening tweets. Jordan was also convicted in 2019 for making a false report about planting a bomb, explosive, or weapon of mass destruction, according to detectives. So this is not something new for him. This is something he does regularly. He was taken to the Pinellas County Jail and is being held on $10,000 bond. So, don't do this.
Don't do it. Bad.
I do not know how you could think that this is a good idea to do on Twitter. Do not threaten people with bombs on Twitter. It is bad.
Yeah.
And John, I agree with you very, very much. Both Wren and Ishtar are very weird.
We are very, very naughty.
Weird.
It's not weird. It's naughty.
Yeah. So just a little bit spicy.
A little spicy.
You'll understand when you get older, John.
Yeah.
Wait, how old is John?
Not legal.
When he gets older, he'll understand that, a little spice every now and then is good.
Just a little tingle. So, are we going to do the commercial now, or do I do another article?
No, commercial is fine.
Okay. So, I'm Ishtar. Hi. I have my own streams over on Twitch, which is IshtarJMO at twitch.tv.
Where she is very weird over there for you as well.
I am not very weird over there. I play video games, and as of tomorrow, we will be getting cross-stitching streams. So if you want to come and watch the very soothing movements of cross-stitch combined with me swearing when I miscount and a spooky horror podcast, you should come over tomorrow around 8 o'clock, and we're going to have some fun. I also play just regular games. And that Matt already knows that I flirt with Corvus. He knows.
He knows.
Does he?
There have been discussions.
Mm-hmm.
Threesome possibilities, but we're still negotiating that one. Anyhow, Naomi. So
I'm sorry,
I help
what?
out here on MSNBC and occasionally with voicing other projects and with Cringe Book Club every other Sunday.
What am I supposed to be discussing?
Nothing.
Don't worry
Don't
about
worry
it.
about
Do
it.
your commercial.
Wren?
What?
Commercial.
Okay. I'm Wren from Rendition, Runelations, Cringe Collective, and I occasionally make an appearance on Poor John's Brews. You can check me out on Twitter. So,
Do not open it in public. I made mistake
yeah.
one time. I was told I had to leave the bus.
Yeah, in public, my Twitter is probably not the best thing to open. But it's fun. I just enjoy playing around on Twitter. All my links are below, and we are still working on reading 50 Shades of Orange. No, that was no minion. We pretended that we finished the Harriet Porter. 50 Shades of Orange we have yet to finish. So if you guys would like to pay to
Shades of
tap,
Orange.
think
Donald
Donald Trump
Trump.
and 50 Shades of Grey.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no, moving on. Moving on.
Hey. To be fair, it would take a lot of money for me to forget the book because I'm kind of enjoying tormenting him with it.
God, please no.
It's not 50 Shades of Orange ran bad. It's
50 Shades of Orange Man horny.
yeah. So that's what I'm currently doing. So yay! Hit all the links and stuff.
All links are listed down below. Now I want to point out, Researcher Dark, I do not actually have to have a Twitter account to be able to see things on Twitter.
Yeah, we're only on chapter 11 of that, hun. And there are 50 chapters of it.
So, my name is Corvus. I am currently hosting this show. It is usually hosted by a very tall, black-looking thing that calls himself Antoine. I do not know where he is. If you happen to find him, use hashtag find Antoine to get and tag Matt on Twitter. Maybe you will help find him. Anyway, this channel is multifaceted. It has news channel, it has Cringe Book Club, it has creepypasta stories being read and narrated. Lots of fun things happen. If you like what we do here, you can hit like, share this around, and subscribe if you have not. If you really like what we do here, you can donate through Streamlabs or Super Chat. Anything that you donate is split between the host and these two lovely ladies.
Mm-hmm.
There is also a Patreon link down below where you can join in reading part of Cringe Book Club every other Sunday. And the next book is something about
5 Nights at Freddy's.
I thought it was 50 Shades of Freddy's.
Oh, combine the two.
5 Nights at Freddy's.
5 Nights at Freddy's. Okay, it is
The
5
Silver Eyes.
5 Nights at Freddy's, The Silver Eyes. There are positions open. There are slots available. Slots. SLOTS, not SLUTS. We do not offer, as far as I know, I do not offer Ishtar services.
When did we offer? Dude!
He beat me to the joke. I was gonna say rent services.
If anyone is going to be offering services, I'm the one who used to sell booty pics and boot pics.
Anyway, SLOTS, slots available. All you have to do is sign up below at Patreon link. You can also go to the merchandise store where there are nice designs. But, can we move on now? Commercial over. We go now.
Yes, we can move on now.
Okay.
We can move on now.
I will save you by reading about unimaginable video that shows great white sharks ripping a humpback whale carcass to shreds.
Ooh!
Why would I want to see that?
Nobody would. The year-old whale calf's remains will
Is
feed...
this the shark porn that you were talking
No,
about?
no. Will feed sea creatures for years to come. Corvus is not a pimp, Zio. In mid-August, a team of Massachusetts-based marine biologists set out on the waters of Stellwagen Bank National Marine Sanctuary, just east of Boston. Their mission? To tag some basking sharks, the second biggest shark species on Earth and a predator still considered highly mysterious to scientists. But soon after the team hit open water, another marine mammoth caught their attention, a young humpback whale floating dead on the ocean's surface. Then the sharks came. 8 or more great white sharks had found the carcass, bless you, and were tearing its blubber to bits. David Wiley, a research ecologist at Stellwagen Bank, told Live Science. It was an unimaginable spectacle, Wiley said, crowned with thousands of hungry seabirds swooping down to snatch bits of whale tissue out of the bloody water. And you can see for yourself in the video above. Discretion is advised.
Oh, I started to play video before discretion.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's nature in action, Wiley said. Everything dies for something else to consume. Nothing goes to waste. Humpback whales, which can grow to be about the size of a school bus, roam all over the world and are frequently seen at high-latitude feeding grounds like Stellwagen Bank in summertime.
Take a drink.
Ishtar yawn, she takes drink now.
Oh, shut up. Unfortunately, that can put them in the path of large boats and fishing nets, the two main threats facing humpbacks in the wild. One of those threats is likely the cause of death here. One of the biologists at the scene in Stellwagen said it looked at the fingerprint-like pattern under the dead humpback's fluke or tail fin and identified it as the 1-year-old calf of a known mother whale named Venom. Wiley could not say whether the mother's name was a Spider-Man reference. Given the dead whale's young age, it's likely the calf fell victim to some sort of human interaction, Wiley said. However, by the time the researchers arrived, the body had been so badly chewed up by sharks, it was impossible to find any clear indications of what had killed it. While the sight of the dead calf was a somber one, the researchers also knew that the ensuing feeding frenzy was an extremely uncommon sight and a rare chance to see great whites at the top of the water. The team took the opportunity to tag 5 of the feasting sharks with special acoustic sensors, which will help NOAA scientists track down the movement and behavior of the enigmatic predators as they cruise around Stellwagen and eventually south to their wintering grounds. The whale may still play a major role in revealing the secret lives of the sanctuary's underwater residents. As soon as the sharks eat away the blubber, the carcass will become negatively buoyant and drop. Whale falls can feed hundreds of animals for years to come. They were unable to tag the whale before it fell, and the carcass is likely at the bottom of the sea by now. So it will take some searching to locate the body's final resting place. But if the researchers can find it, this will be the first whale fall ever seen at Stellwagen Bank, and studying it could reveal multitudes about the ecology of the area and give the deceased calf of Venom a scientific legacy that few whales can claim.
Okay, so apparently humpback equals shark porn. And what does Corvus know of the machine? What is the machine?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you know the game?
Let's not confuse poor Corvy here.
He's already lost the game.
Yeah, he has. Should we go on to Cringe?
Yep. Cringe us.
Michigan parents owe son $30,441 for tossing out prized porn collection.
But what?
In Grand Haven, Michigan, a judge has ordered a Western Michigan couple to pay $30,441 to their son for getting rid of his pornography collection. U.S. District Judge Paul Maloney's decision this week came 8 months after David Working, 43, won a lawsuit against his parents.
I want to know how he knows that's how much it cost. Does he have detailed catalog of what he had as porn?
Apparently. He said they had no right to throw out his collection of films, magazines, and other items. Working had lived at their Grand Haven home for 10 months after filing for divorce before moving to Muncie, Indiana.
What
The
other
judge.
what other items?
Use your imagination. Toys. Toys of an adult variety.
He is male. He has hand. What does he need toys for?
Men can use more than just their hands, Corvus.
Why?
Different sensations. I mean, there's the
Tanga
handheld
eggs.
one. There's the prostate stimulators. There's
the what?
any number of ones.
What? The what?
The prostate stimulators.
Are we gonna have a sex ed talk
I
after
do not.
this?
Look,
For a man
Wren.
who's as kinky as he is, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Wren say things about eggs. I do not want putting eggs.
Tanga
anywhere.
eggs.
I don't
And
want-
Tanga eggs
I don't
don't go
want egg.
in you. They don't go in you. Tanga eggs are. Look it up later. It doesn't go inside you. The judge followed the value set by an expert. I wonder what expert that is and how do you get that job? MLLive.com reported. Working's parents must also pay $14,500 to the son's attorney. After moving to Indiana, Working learned that his possessions were missing. Quote, frankly, David, I did you a big favor getting rid of all this stuff, unquote, his dad said in an email. So, yeah, he had won his case, and his parents owe him $30K.
Zoe says I should look it up now on stream.
No, don't do that.
Tanga eggs are actually kind of tame for him to look up.
Probably still not appropriate.
Probably, as long as he's not showing his screen, though.
I mean, I was pointed by someone in my chat to a website where they have special insertable toys that allow you to basically experience being filled with alien eggs.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a thing.
that is indeed a thing. I could show you a website where they took the swords from Game of Thrones and turned them into dildos.
That does not surprise me in the least. My
Yaknomeno,
cat Ace is laying on the floor here with his belly up and looking at me, just kind of like he's a lunatic, and it's freaking adorable.
Yaknomeno is asking a very important question. Are the magazines rare because the pages are not stuck together?
Maybe. I mean, to be fair, $30K, he must have had a collection of stuff that isn't normal.
Or
And-
collector's items.
Yeah, because, I mean, to be fair, when people say collectible porn, there are old school magazines like Playboy, like
Yeah,
older,
like the original Playboys.
like the original Playboys, that you could have a collection of those. And yes, they're technically porn, but they are actually a collectible item. So it's hard to say.
You Americans are very weird. It is all I'm going to say.
Yes,
Hey,
yes, we
we've
are.
got nothing on the Japanese.
I am not Japanese.
No, I'm just saying.
No, the Japanese are weirder.
So this is
So much weirder.
We're going from a very expensive porn collection to some adrenaline junkie. I guess it's different type of adrenaline if you think about it.
Yeah.
So this is not Florida Man, but still very, very stupid. So I lump it together with Florida Man. Adrenaline junkie slingshots himself off top of skyscraper.
Okay.
There is video that we will watch. Although protagonists leaping off of buildings for serious airtime is the norm in fictional action worlds, seeing a regular old human doing it IRL is still incredible. This Red Bull Speedrider, for example, shows how to be James Bond level cool while grinding off of and onto buildings. And now, thanks to GoPro, because everyone... Did you know that, like, Shark Week uses GoPros now? That's how you get, like, in the that's how they got images so clear of great white sharks in the last article from before. They just stick GoPro down there, and the sharks do not eat it. I am fascinated by this. Why are you not?
No, I'm.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that's really interesting.
And now, thanks to GoPro, we have self-proclaimed adrenaline junkie who literally slingshots himself off top of tallest residential building in South America. Because he had nothing better to do, apparently. In the video above, GoPro Awards recipient Daniel Cajal executes his goal of turning himself into a human slingshot, launching himself off of the Gran Torre Santiago in Chile. The skyscraper, for reference, is 64 stories tall and soars nearly 1,000 feet into the air. And he decided he wanted to be shot off of it, 'cause he is dumb. The video is only 45 seconds long, but it is more than enough time to get viewers' hearts racing. The team behind the stunt loses Kajal just after the clip begins, immediately sending the adrenaline junkie and professional video producer flying off top of skyscraper. Tajal then glides through the air for a few moments using his wingsuit, because he wants to... Do you think he identifies as flying squirrel?
Yes.
Finally, when he's over the ocean, he deploys his parachute before calmly turning and heading back to the coast because he did not want to be eaten by sharks. Obviously, it's difficult to describe just how gutsy this stunt was, but incredibly, it's in line with what Kajal's done in the past. The Daredevil has, for example, leapt from a handful of other buildings, as well as a hot air balloon, and, of course, approximately 1 zillion planes. That is a lot of number of planes.
That is.
You have a very good night, Naomi. His Instagram is a tour through a world of things that would make our hearts literally explode in our chests. If that is really what is going to happen, do not go to his Instagram. Of course, there are others like Kajal out there, people who possess ridiculous amounts of bravery and rock-steady hands. They come from in the form of kayakers who careen down the sides of icy mountains, pilots who use jetpacks to fly over ocean, and obviously Tom Cruise. Alright.
Night, Naomi.
Hi.
I don't know why anyone would do this.
I don't know why either.
Because they are stupid. I cannot do full screen, but it is fine. It would be better if they turned it around and showed what he was looking at, instead of just looking at his face. But I want to point something out here. It looks like the top of skyscraper is not finished. Like, you see this right here, it looks like it is unfinished. Why is it unfinished?
Because reasons.
Funding.
It is South America. Alright, we have other articles. Since apparently my adrenaline junkie was not a good article, you two are very quiet.
I sent you one.
You sent me an article?
Uh-oh.
Hey, it's funny.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Woman claims she hasn't slept in over 40 years.
That is not true.
A woman in China maintains that she hasn't needed to close her eyes and go to sleep in over 4 decades. For most of us, several days without sleep would leave us barely able to function. Yet for Li Zanying, a woman from Henan, China, the idea of falling asleep is itself nothing more than a distant memory. Now in her mid 40s, the last time she recalls sleeping was when she was a small child. While this might seem implausible, nobody has actually seen her sleep. Several of her friends and neighbors have repeatedly attempted to catch her in the act, but to no avail. Incredibly, Lee's claim of having never slept in over 40 years is actually true. Well, sort of. Doctors have now determined that she suffers from a very rare condition that sees her sleeping while awake and fully conscious, meaning she can be technically sleeping while even having a conversation with someone. The medical team used data collected during a 48-hour brainwave monitoring session to reveal that Lee got light and moderate sleep despite neither going to bed or closing her eyes. The sleep while awake phenomenon is similar to sleepwalking. So while she technically hasn't gone without sleep for 40 years, she doesn't need to go to sleep like a normal person. As a result, she has lived a life twice as long as the rest of us.
Have a good night, Malik.
Good night, Malik.
So she can have actual conversation with people while asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is basically existing. She's Schrodinger's sleeper. She is both asleep and awake at the same time.
No, that does not work because she looks awake, so she would be seen as awake.
But she might also be sleeping.
Be sleeping.
Kind of wish. Oh, on one hand, I wish I could do that. On the other hand, I'm really glad I can't because I really love sleep.
Yeah. Sleep is awesome.
It really is.
All
If
right.
Matt would let me, sometimes I would just sleep all day. But
What,
he always wakes me up.
All right.
what do you have for us, Wren?
I am going to go with something I just found and I think is a little more heartwarming. We've had a few articles. So we're going to go with, does anyone remember Steve from Blue's Clues?
Yeah.
Did you send the article to me?
Yes, it's in there. Steve from Blue's Clues says he's proud of us 25 years later.
I do not see it.
It's in the Twitter group. I'll only try again. There you go. You should have it now.
I do. I have I'm bringing up.
All of a
Is
sudden,
this
it's
the thing that everyone is crying about?
yes. It caught my eye on Twitter with people crying about with things, so therefore grabbed it. Relevancy. All of a sudden, it's 2002 again. The original actor who played Steve on Nickelodeon's Blue's Clues is back in honor of the show's 25th anniversary, and his latest video is going viral. Steve, played by actor Steve Burns, popped up on the Nick Jr. Twitter account on Tuesday with a sweet diatribe about his time on the show. Burns, in character, began the video by talking about his abrupt departure from the show in 2002 to go to college. He goes on to say that the university was really challenging, but great because he got to, quote, use my mind and take a step at a time. He adds he's doing all the things he set out to do. And then, yes, he does talk about how he's proud of us. And apparently, if I watched the video, we all look great. Burns, now 47, starred on the show from 1996 to 2002. He concluded the video by saying he's proud of all his fans for growing up and helping him do the same. Fans immediately took to the video to share their emotional responses. Dozens of people tweeted memes of crying about how much they missed him. And yes, everyone did say that. It's hard to believe Blue's Clues is over 25 years old.
Yeah.
And apparently they are rebooting it with another person. The guy went from Steve to Joe. I only remember this because I have kids, to the Asian guy. Now there's a new guy. But yes, Steve from Blue's Clues is proud of you.
I never watched Blue's Clues. So I have no idea.
It was a very sweet kids show.
Yeah, with a very annoying male song.
Yeah.
That if your kids ever heard it, never tell your kids you were going to get the mail. Because, hun, you remember the Blue's Clues mail song?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That
God.
got sung every time we mentioned we were going to get the mail.
Yeah, it was their oldest when he was a toddler.
It's mail time, it's mail time.
You loved that song, didn't you?
I pretended I loved it because it was very adorable with our oldest singing the song when he held my hand to go get the mail.
Okay, so I have article that Wren just sent me that will pique interests of people still listening. I know it is
Yes.
getting late. I do not know how someone pulls this off. Naked Florida woman drives golf cart through armed police standoff that she had nothing to do with.
Florida.
Do you ever have a day when so many weird things happened at once that you're not sure how to process it? Yeah, that was definitely these Florida cops when this happened. Well, apparently you have Dark saying it now. Naked woman drove golf cart through armed standoff in Dunedin, deputies say. Deputies in Pinellas County had plenty on their hands Sunday morning while they tried to defuse a standoff with an armed teenager on the rooftop. She is not very bad looking.
So at least for someone to be naked, it's her.
Deputies in Pinellas County, according to an arrest affidavit, the naked woman who had nothing to do with the situation made things even harder when she decided to drive a golf cart into crime scene. I do not think they meant to do that.
No, they meant to do that.
These officers had been in a 6-hour standoff with the teen who was pointing a gun at them when this drunk lady rolled up on a golf cart without any clothes. I'd offer a detailed explanation for this weird behavior, but this is Florida, so all bets are off.
Wow.
According to the affidavit, 28-year-old Jessica Elizabeth Smith of Boston, Massachusetts. She's not even Florida woman. What is she doing? Boston,
She's-
Massachusetts.
When in Florida.
Drove a golf cart by several marked sheriff's office vehicles that were at the scene and ignored a deputy's command to leave as she approached the house where the armed teenager was on the roof. The affidavit says her actions and inability to follow directions put multiple deputies at risk for potentially getting shot at. Deputies say they eventually managed to get her out of the golf cart and handcuffed her. What they did after she was handcuffed, they are not saying. The defendant had a distinct odor of an alcoholic beverage coming from her person and was completely nude.
It's like this woman was watching the whole thing, drinking beer, and just thought to herself, you know what this needs? A streaker. But damn my hips. Better get the golf cart.
Okay, so she wasn't technically a Florida woman, but you understand why I had to put it in the headline.
Well, to be fair, when in Florida, she was in Florida when it happened. This is just proof Florida has weird effects on people.
If you are in Florida and you are driving a golf cart while drunk and nude straight into an armed standoff, you have earned that title.
Yes.
The lady now faces a charge for resisting an officer without violence, but she should be happy her last moments on earth weren't swerving naked through an active shootout.
So yeah, that's Florida woman.
Well, it is almost 10 o'clock. Do we want to stop?
We
Well-
can. I think Ishy's getting tired.
Yeah.
Ishtar is always tired.
Shut up. I am not. Just often.
Alright, we can stop now.
Yeah.
Zio Gold says Florida is America's answer to Australia.
Not anymore. It's not fascist enough.
Zing. Well, this has been MSNBC, my snarky, not mine, but someone's snarky news broadcasting channel. But SMN, someone's SSNBC does not sound as good. My name, of course, is Corvus. I thank you all for joining me. I hope you have had fun. I was joined by Wren from Wren Relations, Rendition, Cringe Collective, Poor John's Brew. She's everywhere on internet. Just you will find her wherever you are.
You'll find me. I'm around here and there.
As well as Ishtar from her own Twitch streams, which she falls asleep on regularly, and where she helps out right here on Help for the Guiltless.
I do not fall sleep on my streams regularly.
She does.
I do not.
It is not even her playing when she falls asleep. It is someone else.
You are
That's
horrid.
different. It's different. Good night.
Night.
Thank you all for joining us, and have a pleasant week.